Hello and welcome to today's video. I'm going to be showing you some of my absolute favorite eyeshadow palettes and one other non-eyeshadow palette. So these are my go-to eyeshadow palettes for any and every occasion. I love them so much. So first one I'm going to talk to you guys about is one that I've mentioned in the past in other videos. This is my Lorac Pro Palette 4. They have collection of their Pro palettes. This is the Pro palette number 4, and this has all of your like plummy, purple, wine, burgundy type shades in here. So I actually have the Iced Rose color on today as my crease color. I love it. It's my most used color in the palette. I do also really like that Silver Mauve color. That is a good one too, but Iced Rose is definitely my most used. I hope at some point that I can find a single shadow that compares well to it that is very comparable, because I'm going to go through that one very fast. So this is a great palette. Their shadow consistency and their textures and things like that are super, super nice. They're very creamy. They're very blendable. They're not chalky. They're not patchy. They go on really, really nice. So this is definitely a favorite palette. I definitely recommend it, especially if you like that kind of color scheme, that are those cooler tones. I mean, you get some warms in there too, but you get a lot of that plummy, purple type colors with those. So great palette option. Another one that I really love is my Violet Voss Flamingo palette. This is such a fun summer palette. I've used this in several of my other videos. You can just get all of your bright colors in here. It's very, very pretty. A lot of fun for summer, or if you're doing like a tropical look or anything like that. So definitely a fun one for summer. Again, the shadow consistencies are really nice. They're blendable, they're creamy. Some of their glitter shades are a little bit flaky, but it is hard to find powder glitter shadows that are not flaky. But they're not so extreme that it makes them not good. It is a really good palette. I love it. So if you're a tropical lover like me, you'll love that palette too. Another one that I really like, and I haven't actually used this very much, I've used it a little bit, it is the Becca eyeshadow palette. And this is, what is it even called? Pearl Glow Shimmering Eye Palette. And this palette, seriously, it reminds me of a seashell. Like, if a seashell was going to be an eyeshadow palette, this would be it. Like, those colors are so beautiful and so beachy. You get a nice mix in here too. They have the shimmers, they have the glitters, and then they have like soft mattes as well. But it's super, super pretty. I'm gonna do an eye look with this, I think, pretty soon to show you guys, because it is just such a pretty palette. This color here, oh my gosh, it is so pretty. It's like this black pearl type color. It's absolutely beautiful. It would be the most beautiful smoky eye color ever. I'll have to do a look with it, but it is a really pretty palette, and the consistencies are great. Really reminds me of the Becca highlighters, and you know, they're famous for their highlighters, so it's nice to see that they came out with an eye palette as well. Another eye palette that I love, and I apologize, I think this was a limited edition. This is from Stila. First of all, this packaging, it weighs like a ton. It's beautiful. It's so durable and heavy duty. I love it. But this palette is the Happy Hour palette from Stila. And I know that they do have another one called After Hours. That was kind of in the same collection. I think that one's still available. But this, oh, you guys, look at that. Look at those colors. Oh, so pretty. Now, here's the thing. If you get, like, if you have this palette, or if you get their After Hours palette, their glitter shades are made to be applied wet with your finger. Don't use a brush. You're going to hate it. You're going to be like, what is this mess? Use your finger wet. So, like, spray some setting spray on your finger, like makeup setting spray. Rub it in the palette and pat it on your lid. You're going to be in love. You're going to die. It's so good. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, it's the best thing ever. So you will totally love it if you apply it that way. And then last but not least, this is not an eyeshadow palette. This is actually a face palette. It is the Cheek Leaders palette from Benefit. I absolutely love this palette. It is a palette that I can use every single color in, which doesn't happen often. So it comes with a nice little brush too. I'm just going to hold that guy in there. This is so pretty. It comes with their classic Hoola bronzer, comes with their, what is that, Tickle highlighter, California, Dallas, which I've hit pan on. I love Dallas. It's one of my favorite bronzers, like, of all time. And then their Dandelion pink face powder. It is just such a nice wearable palette. They have another one too that's like for warmer complexion. This is a cool one, so like a cool tone. But it's a really nice palette, so I just wanted to share that with you guys too. But anyway, those are my go-to palettes, and I can really do any kind of eye look with those, or face look if you're doing the Benefit one. But I hope you guys found this helpful. I'll see you in my next video.